Welcome to the Friendlyjordies Podcast. I hope everyone is doing well. We've got a special guest today with us. Neel is here. He was gracious enough to give us his time, filling in for
Thank you, sir.
Jimmy.
Jimmy is, well, who knows, really? So we got bloody...
Yeah, he's in a bunker.
He's on the ground.
He's in Russia, I reckon.
Close enough. It's the closest place to Russia.
He's safer there. Yeah, he's in Ukraine. He's actually safer there.
Exactly. He's safer in Ukraine.
Safer in Ukraine.
Oh, what a weird time. Hey?
Dude.
No, he's fine. I saw him.
Yeah.
I just saw him. He's
How
doing
much
good.
can we comment on that? Can we say much or
That's a good
probably
question.
not?
Aside from like releasing his location, I think you can say whatever you want.
We can probably speculate. It's more just like...
Dude, it's so intense.
It is.
It's pretty intense.
It's crazy. We haven't spoken that much about it.
What there's no precedent that I know of.
Nah.
Of any journalist getting... I mean, there's been journalists that have been intimidated, but to this, very brutal degree, this is something else, man. This is...
It's bizarre, man. It's just crazy. I don't even know what to say on it. I just one of those things where it's like shocking and like, wow, okay, because it brings up so many other questions, and you're like, oh, didn't know that that was the kind of country we're in,
Yeah, I know, right? Crazy.
Yeah.
Was it ever, do you think it was just a scare tactic and they knew no one was in the house? Or do you think it was even more sinister and that was like...
I personally think it's a warning, but I don't...
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, it's hard to tell, but I'm also on the boat of this was a message that don't fuck with us too much, or it could get intense.
Much like the Green Day album, Warning.
The real warning.
The real warning.
They were trying to tell us in 2002.
Yeah, this would never have happened if we just listened to Green Day.
Green Day's Warning.
And then they went to sleep for an entire year.
I can tell you're taking Jordan's mantle for randomly referencing 2000s pop artists out of nowhere.
I was always taking that mantle, bro.
Bro, where do you think he gets it from? It's from this guy.
Yeah, wow. Just the ability he has to transition from a conversation about the Byzantine Empire into just Good Charlotte's third album. Where did you make that link?
Don't worry, man. That's what I'm here for, really. I'm just the boomer that's kind of just like, I don't know, like, what's a band? Crazy Town weren't that good.
Beatles.
not even Silent Generation level of...
Silent Generation, yeah.
The 60s ruined music.
Yeah.
Frank Sinatra was where it's at.
Yeah.
This jazz stuff that they've brought in.
Dude, fuck that golden generation. Django Reinhardt took gypsy music too far.
Dude, Django Reinhardt was fucking mad, though.
My man.
Hell yeah. Heard you say that before, but Django was
Have you heard Django Reinhardt?
No, I don't think I have.
Django, forget your wrestling. Get into Django Reinhardt.
Opposites of entertainment
What
spectrum.
genre is...
Like
jazz.
Gypsy jazz.
Gypsy
He was
jazz.
a gypsy. Straight up, it's gypsy jazz.
Shit.
Oh, I didn't know the gypsy.
Yeah, it's not
bit.
just jazz. It's like very like dink 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 vibes. But he had a crazy story actually. He used to live in a caravan. I might be paraphrasing, but he used to live in a caravan and it burnt down and it like fucked his hand up and I think he lost one of his fingers on this hand. So he was playing chords like with like 4 fingers, being like, "I don't need that finger, Jack." Dink 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 dink, and he still ripped it up.
Wow. What
Wait,
a
he had 4
sitcom.
fingers?
Yeah, I swear he had 4 fingers, dude.
Wait, but was it his left hand?
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
well,
sure.
that doesn't work then, because you need your right hand to play the strings.
So why did his caravan burn down? What was...
It's probably making...
Probably making videos investigating the corruption in wherever
say
in
making
the
chips.
gypsy world.
I was going to say making chips. Like his oil was too hot. Who the fuck knows? But look, check him.
What was this, like Prohibition era?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so he was probably looking into the bootlegging practices of...
Well, I don't even know if he was in America. I think he was in Europe. I think he was in...
Oh, he wasn't he a black man from America?
He wasn't black, no.
Shit, this ruins it for me. What? Are you saying he was a white man?
I believe he was a white man. Once again,
Well, I take it back. He was all right. Wasn't that good?
Oh, come on. Let me read about a little bit of his history because this is what people want. Here we go. He was, I think he was Romanian.
All right,
Gene Reinhardt, known as known by his Romani nickname Django, was a Romani-French jazz guitarist and composer. Yeah, he's European. He's actually not even American.
Romani French.
Check this guy out. Tell me this isn't a classy individual. Ding ding ding, ding 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 ding.
Hey.
I mean, look at this guy.
Yeah, he's got that real 1940s swing look about him.
His fucked up hand.
Hey, I could tell you a thing or two.
Look at his fucked up hand. Look at his fucked up hand. It was his.
Well, they built them.
It was his playing hand.
They built them tough back then.
They did. He like as long as he had. As long as he had a can of sardines and olive oil and a cigarette, he could get by. You know. I feel
Yeah, that's a good 1930s voice.
Yeah. A lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
Can of sardines. Yeah.
Where does that voice? Did they actually talk like that in America? In like New York? Because when you think of 1920s New York, you do think that. See,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you a thing or two about life, boy.
I think. Yeah.
Do they actually talk like that?
Yeah.
I think that's supposed to be Irish American. That particular accent.
Maybe. Yeah. I think it was a hangover from England where it's like we just being like, my grandpappy's English, but I'm American. She.
Yeah, hybrid.
I think it's Irish.
Okay.
Miss.
Maybe it's Irish. I don't fucking know, but
All right, can we do memes from across the pond, boys?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
What is? Yeah.
This is initially it was titled memes from the third world, but that got a little
red hot.
too red hot for the internet. So now
let's
it's
go.
just memes from across the pond.
Across the pond is nice. This is our very professional setup. This is all new, by the way. Neel.
It's really nice.
Yeah, and this is all, I got to say, Ali, man. Ali killed it with this stuff. The production value.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Thank you, miss.
Yeah, you did good.
Done well.
All right, miss, let's do it.
That's the job. Ali does this. I feed the fish, which I think are dying.
And the snake is dead.
So why did they go? So did they kick you guys out of the studio after one of the controversies?
No,
Yes. Well, not because of the controversy. I think it was because they realized that there was no way they could make money off of us.
I think that, I don't know. We had like a contract or whatever for like a certain amount of episodes, and then that ended, which is at what we expected. And then it was like,
Did they pay you, or did they just give you?
No.
Okay.
But dude, they didn't have to pay us. Apparently that studio, because we were talking to the boys, like the boys who ran that studio, it was
Good game,
ridiculous
boys.
amount of money. It was like $4,000 every episode that we did over there was the production cost. Because
crazy.
these guys were set up
Jesus.
for TV shows.
Oh,
And so Twitch
okay.
hired them to do this random podcast. And they were charging them like they were charging Amazon proper studio money.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
I love in this world of the internet creep where established media companies and teams of professionals have to work with like the dumbest YouTubers. Like, no, I'm not saying you guys are, but
we are.
the guy who does farting in public gets big enough to do a brand deal.
I know.
And like 10 production crew are on board with him.
It's bizarre.
And
It's fucking
dude, that's
bizarre.
a sitcom in itself.
Yeah.
Having said that, farting and nothing on the internet will ever beat farting in public.
I haven't even seen
nothing. Nothing is
just
as funny as
funny.
that.
Like farting in public in the hood, gone sexual, gone wrong. Dude, that shit. I love those clips. Everyone makes fun of them. That stuff is hilarious.
Yeah.
There's one I saw recently where it was a guy who was like, pillow fights in the hood, gone wrong. And it was just him throwing a pillow at this hood guy and then like trying to hit him, and the guy's like, yo, what the fuck,
I've
man?
seen
What
that.
the fuck, man? Just chasing him. Hey, yo, it's a prank. It's him. Whoa, chill, man, chill. And it takes a gun out.
Holy
Now, it's obviously set up. I can't imagine it's
right.
not. But if it's not, that is brave.
crazy.
But nothing can, no video I ever come up with, no video Jordan ever no video anyone comes up with is going to be funnier than like, pillow fights in the hood, gone sexual, gone wrong.
And look at their views. They're always in like tens of millions.
Easily. Dude, that's a surefire way to get famous on YouTube. Even to this day, for the 10 years I've been in this game, every year some prankster pops up and it's the exact same shit. It's like moaning in a library. But then I want to hate it, but I watch these videos and I'm like, that's funny.
Yeah.
Or like
Nothing is funnier than a guy in a quiet, area for study just going, ah!
gold digger pranks.
Yeah,
Yes.
the gold digger pranks.
They are so
Dude,
freaking staged at
They're
this
so
point.
staged,
What
but
are they?
the
What are
more
they?
staged they are, the funnier they become. Like a girl who's just so clearly an Instagram model.
Right.
It's just the worst game in history. Dude, it's not that she's saying no to you because you're poor. It's because you have no game whatsoever.
Yeah, and you're just like rocking up to a like rocked up random person. You just be like, "Hey, you want to come with me?
You want to go for a ride? I just met you.
No. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
sorry, I have a boyfriend. Oh, okay. Is that your car? Yeah. Oh, actually, I'm free. You know, you want to go for a ride?
You've
Oh,
seen all
sorry.
of them.
I don't date gold diggers. And it's like slow motion music starts playing. And she's like, what the fuck? Dude. And then all the comments just, yeah, the fucking women, they're all fucking,
The incel
they're all
community.
whores. Like, bro, what did you you really expect to approach a 10 out of 10 girl and within 3 sentences say, do you want to get in my car? And the fact that she says no means she's superficial.
Yeah.
Dude, if she said yes, she'd be fucking idiotic.
Yeah.
That
That's like the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Didn't Vitaly start that? He was the first one.
Vitaly.
Do you remember him?
Yeah. He's still. I think he's still doing shit. But yeah, I don't remember anyone doing it before him. But he, he's this like buff Russian dude.
Oh.
It's like,
Do you remember Vitaly?
Nah.
Retro early YouTube. He was probably one of the first YouTubers to get really big.
Man, I wouldn't know
Yeah.
that. I wouldn't know that guy.
And he had his mate Rowan Atwood or some shit.
and that guy had some good pranks actually.
That
He had
guy's
some
still at
funny-
it, by the way.
Yeah, I think Vitaly is still doing shit.
I saw one of his podcasts with some other guy, and he was he went through some serious mental shit. Like
Yeah,
he
they all
got-
do. You can't do farting in public
they all
for 5 years and not get depressed.
They all come out as pedophiles, don't they?
Yeah, all of them come out as creeps in some way or another.
But he started like
They all-
he was. Vitaly at one point was on so many psychedelics. He was having one of his craziest
Oh
trips.
shit!
He started beating up a random old woman,
Oh!
Whoa!
We don't love that.
and then he got arrested.
we don't love.
Talking old ladies gone wrong. It's a
When
prank.
beating up
Just
old
a prank, bro.
Dude, yeah, the title is just I took too many shrooms and beat up an old woman, and the thumb is him just going.
It's actually his like avant-garde,
Yeah.
for, like way to get into deep cinema of like the prank has become me.
Beating up
Everything
old
is the
lady,
prank.
gone sexual question mark.
Don't cry for me. I'm already
He like films the court case as like farting in court.
Yeah, fighting in court,
Oh, bro, he has some crazy stories.
fighting in prison.
He apparently he was in Egypt and he ran up the pyramids, which is that's not something that you need to do.
He ran up.
He took pictures of it, and then it was in like one of those like tiny micro fucking memory discs. The police in Egypt caught him. He ingested that shit up his ass. Was taken to jail. He was in jail for 5 days. He did not shit because he was afraid it was going to come out and he'll get into even more trouble. A week of like holding his shit. He eventually gets out, and according to him, it's lost. He doesn't know where it went inside of him.
It's in there somewhere.
It's in there somewhere.
Selfie halfway up the pyramid.
Yeah.
What
This
the
guy,
fuck?
and the crazy thing is, I'm pretty sure that guy is like in his 30s. I think he's not young.
You know what that shit reminds me of? It reminds me of those Insta celebs, whatever you call them, whatever the kids call them. These Instagram celebrities that like try to get the most outrageous selfie off like cliffs and then they die. Like, you know, there was that Chinese woman that tried to there was a Chinese woman that was getting this selfie from this cliff top and she just slipped and fell to her death. This happens like 100 people die
It's
a
actually
year.
fairly common.
100 die a
It's
year
something
trying to get a
mean,
selfie.
I pulled that number out of my ass, but it's a high number.
Whoa.
And it's like a common thing. Like there was one, dude, that's what the shit I watch on YouTube. It's a compilation of cunts dying, taking photos of themselves. And there was one guy that was
Did
like,
they at least get the photo?
well, the phone usually goes with them, you know?
Ooh.
So they don't get
You
to
got to
post
post it quick. You got to get it on the story.
He's just
So it's-
falling to
so
your
it's
death.
out
You're
there.
like hashtag last moment before I die. But there was a few other. Look, there's some that are like you know, obviously no one was there to film it, so they just died. There was some that, like, I saw one. There was this. There was,
Well, they filmed. Oh
dude, there was this one. There was this one. Some are filmed of people just dying because they're filming them, and they're like, "Oh, they're doing it," and they die, and they're like, "Fuck!" Keep filming. But there was one Chinese guy.
Widescreen said shit. Whoa, hold up.
There was one Chinese guy, and I watched this video, and it was about like urban climbing and that kind of shit. Because I got into that for a bit. Like they climb these giant, you know,
skyscrapers. And things.
Like it's usually Russians and these crazy motherfuckers that climb like these. Like the tallest buildings in the world with no safety or anything, then hang off the top. They're basically in space, hanging off, shit like that. You seen that shit?
Yeah, and I also know why they always die. Because they're all trying to get that perfect shot, right? But in those locations that are really dangerous. But they've been doing it, which is why they're confident to do it. They keep their concentration at the optimal level, and as soon as when they're about to take that picture, that's when you start focusing on the camera and the phone, and you die immediately.
But there's this guy, but this video I saw, right? He died, and the video was really kind of sinister. It was a 3D recreation, so pretty bad looking, like The Sims, of how he died. And he was live streaming doing pull-ups off a side of a skyscraper. And the challenge was to do this certain amount, and he does like 4, and he's like, he tries to go down.
He's not like, even fit. Like
he tries to go. He apparently, like, the hilarious thing is like the CGI reproduction is sort of this, like, you know, Sims man being like doof doof. So it was kind of comical, and it's like it was like you could tell. It was one of those videos where it's like the dubbed voice is clearly a computer. So it's that kind of shit, and it's like he was scared. Because he went to go down and he didn't do it, and then he just like he did it. He went down and it was like he had to do like 3 push-ups or 4 or something, and whatever they are, and he did like 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th one he was like he couldn't do it, and he was just like hung there for a bit and was just like trying. He was like getting his shit together. You know, this is live streamed, so people were watching it live. And then he tried again, and then like he tried to kind of put his leg up so he could pull himself up. You could see he was struggling, and then he was just hanging there for a second. Then he just went. And just fell to his death. Live stream.
The internet, bruh.
Have you seen the French guy? Have you seen the French guy that free climbs skyscrapers?
Oh, there's heaps. There's Russians. There's
They
French.
free climb skyscrapers. So imagine like someone opens a window, just punk, you're dead.
For the adrenaline. They're Tom Cruise without the money and harness.
But what if some of them do it barefoot? What if you just like? What if one of the windows cracks? Or you slip, or you sneeze.
What if I have a feeling you could stop your sneeze at that point?
But like, I would be up
not
there.
Like you have to like, this is pretty bad, but I've got to go for it, boys.
I would be up there, and I would think of a joke that's made me laugh really hard in my life, and I would start laughing. I'd just slide down. I'd die in an instant. I'd just be like, and then just die and just laugh and like, explode. Like,
why would you, in that moment of pure concentration, trying to climb a skyscraper? Why would you?
Because it's him.
Why are you thinking of a joke? Man?
I would do that.
Because it's the one thing that he knows he isn't supposed to do, so he'll do it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Are you an adrenaline? Like, do you like those adrenaline? sports?
not really. No, I don't. I don't do any extreme sports. I guess snowboarding would be like the closest.
Mad.
But I don't even really do the half pipe or anything. I just I like sport, but I don't like risky.
If you're snowboarding,
almost killing yourself.
Dude, if you're snowboarding,
I'd rather live.
If you're snowboarding, you've got the adrenaline.
You get a taste of it.
Snowboarding is hard too because it's harder than skiing, isn't it?
All right, here's a question. Here's a question for both of you.
I wouldn't know.
For how much money would it take, like not even a tall skyscraper, just like up to this balcony, climb up? How much money?
I don't
think I'll be able to do it.
I don't want to do it. Yeah,
Right,
I don't. I'm not interested.
What do you think?
It'd have to be
I'll
a
be the
lot
Chinese
of
dude,
money.
except that I wouldn't be high up. I'll just be like 1 meter above the ground. Like, I can't do it.
Because that would take at least months of training.
Yeah,
at least.
Yeah.
Because what do you even grip on these? You'd have to just keep gripping on windowsills and
Yeah,
stuff.
like Spider-Manning it up, like to the.
What the
like,
fuck?
It's crazy.
So do they have suction on their hands or something?
Nope.
Or
They're just
Nothing.
they're strong.
Nothing.
wow,
Dude,
I mean
nothing.
that is impressive.
It's
I will give them that.
It's incredible. It's incredible, but it's just I watch it.
It's
just
dumb
my,
as well,
my
but it's
palms
impressive.
sweat, dude. My palms
Yeah.
sweat.
Oh man. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a bit more impressive than the selfie one. The selfie one,
Yeah.
I mean, you feel bad, but also you don't want to victim blame, but
No, I blame
what are you
him.
doing,
Blame him.
bro?
Victim blame. Come on, that is who else is to blame?
You kind of deserve
Well,
it.
doesn't victim imply that someone else has
Yeah.
put you in that position?
Yes, he's right. the
Actually,
lawyer.
yeah. So
Yeah.
they're not really, yeah.
Just blame.
That's just blame.
Yeah.
They're perpetrators, really. All right, boys.
Perpetrator blame. I like
That
that.
shit's crazy, man. Like, imagine being like, I'm gonna get so many likes for this, and then just, you know what always trips me out? The moment when you know you're gone, because it'd be like slip, and then just be like, oh fuck, oh, and then you just fall, and just be like, oh shit, and then just you're like, it wasn't worth the likes. Like, what are you actually doing it for?
What are you thinking in that moment?
You're doing it for a digital, like, heart image, like. What?
Yeah,
Talk
but
about
you-
meaningless.
You could talk like that makes no sense because it is meaningful. It's the same thing as your money. You don't have any cash; it's just a number on screen.
That's
but people do
true.
all sorts of shit.
That's
for
true. It's the money. I suppose when your art becomes monetary, you know, it all goes downhill, literally and figuratively.
Ugh.
All right, let's
The last thing you think about as you fall.
back on audience.
Probably taking a selfie while you're falling
Yeah.
Oh,
at that level.
that requires commitment. If you were doing that, then yeah, props.
You know what would actually become a cool art piece? If you did that as an absurdist art piece, like a commentary on today's obsession with
Yeah.
digital culture.
Yeah.
A selfie, someone taking a selfie while they're falling to the death, trying to get the perfect selfie.
Yeah.
That would be like a deep art piece.
You know,
Yeah.
you know what's another thought I had just quickly? If you guys were falling to your death from a high point,
Yeah.
because I was flying back from the Gold Coast a few days ago, and I was like, if this plane went down, or if I just went out the window somehow, do you think you would have the capacity to be at peace and like sort of like do these ones as you're falling, just like as you're going falling through the air, or do you think you'd just be screaming till the end?
It depends on yourself.
Because I think I would scream half the time and then just accept it and then be like,
you think that,
at
but
peace.
it's impossible to tell. Some people have really different reactions in that really high adrenaline zone. So, like, if like a robber comes in right now and puts guns to our head,
which could happen, very likely.
I mean, it's likely to happen. But how the three of us will react at that moment has nothing to do with our personalities before it. Something comes in at that point where either you become a hero or you become like that super scared person. So the fact that you might be screaming or you might not even be like upset. You might just be zen and be like, all right, it's going to happen, then it's going to happen.
I feel like Neel would be zen. I get a zen vibe from you. I don't see you screaming too long.
Well, I hope we never have to find out.
Yeah.
But we'll
Surprise,
see.
surprise, Neel. Welcome
It's
to the
a-
Friendlyjordies Challenge. They're going to the top floor.
This is a big test, isn't it?
Yeah, can you imagine? I'm giving you a parachute and it's 50-50 it'll work or not. It's good for views.
Because now if robbers actually come in, I'm going to think, oh, all right, boys.
This is
got me.
planned.
Yeah,
You got me.
Fuck.
Punked Aussie version.
Shit, can you imagine? Fuck.
All right, let's back on audience demand. Look, the audience has
Okay.
been asking for this for a long time now, so I thought I'd do it while you're here.
You got 100 billion and you are giving philanthropy, this, that, because charity will get you to heaven and whatnot. That is your tradition. Out of the 100 billion, you give 50 billion to us in trust to be given to you in your next life when we find you. Because it is possible you may be born very poor. Bill Gates may be born very poor. So if we can, within the rules of the Agama, locate where Bill Gates is next time and give him at least 5-10 billion, he'll be much happier. So this will be the world's first inter-life reincarnation trust management. Okay.
I think
Gets an applause.
Wow.
establish the authority.
We can do that.
If it is possible.
Yeah. So
Sure.
Dude, you know what that was? You know what that was?
That's genius.
That was this meme. Hey, Mom, can we see Satguru? We've got Satguru at home. Just a budget Satguru.
Yeah, but his scheme is genius.
It is genius.
What
Wow,
are you gonna
people
do with 100
applaud it.
billion?
Because then he'd actually be giving it to someone, right? That they, according to the calculations or the religion.
Yeah, but like, if you notice how he says, if you have 100 billion, you give me 50 billion and we will give 10 billion to Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Where's the fucking 40 billion, bro?
Oh, smart. I didn't even think of that, but I love
that
he got that little trick.
Super religious guy next to him being like, it's a good idea.
Yeah, he's like, it is possible, it is possible.
Wow. How does he does he just pick a random kid in America and say, you are the next Bill Gates?
Well, it depends if he's legit or not, if he can actually tell what you're going to be reincarnated as. Because I'm sure there's like some Hindu mythology methodology associated.
But it's not always a human, isn't it? What if he's reincarnated as a snake?
I think he cares about the billions and less about what you're going to be reincarnated as.
But he's got, according to the contract, he has to give it to you.
Well, he has to give it
you the
to
5
someone.
billion.
It's like, oh, your next reincarnation happens to be my son.
These are like the prosperity preachers of India.
Yeah, yeah.
The ones that are like, okay, God has allowed me to fly first class. If you donate, you will help me fly first class. This is the... You know a country is doing well when you get these cunts.
Yeah, exactly.
That means there's disposable money that's going around.
That's true.
Yeah, he was talking to Adani as he was saying that shit because $100 billion, there's only like, I think Adani and Ambani in India that have that kind of money.
You made the second one up.
No, they actually...
What the fuck?
Yeah, you got to have that exact same name.
Holy shit, is it a Barney?
Adani.
What's the second
They
one?
bought Queensland.
Yeah, but you
should
said
know who Adani
You said
is.
Adani and a Barney.
Ambani.
Ambani.
I thought you did.
Anyway.
Was he have Telco? Ambani?
They
The
have
Ambani
so
brothers.
much
They have
shit, bro.
They just own India.
Telco is like, they've got Reliance, which is one of the biggest telcos in India. They're in like petroleum. I think that's how they became big.
Yeah,
They're in fucking everything. That's the thing. That's
There's
how you
just
make
a bit of
100 billion in
everything. Yeah.
India.
Jesus.
Fucking everything. All right, next one.
Dude, Indian memes are always really dramatic at the end for some reason. When Indians were on TikTok, there'd just be some guy who steals a motorbike and then it goes in slow motion, black and white for no reason.
And then an eagle comes down and he flies off on a lion.
They're trying to be. I like Indian memes.
Dude, Indian, do you get a lot of them on in your algorithm?
A few here and there.
That's where I'm getting these from. These aren't submitted by the audience. I'm literally fucking looking for these.
Okay.
Because they're hilarious. And it's so unfortunate that you don't get them on your thing, but I don't know how they know. I think it's maybe because like I watch cricket content.
And the best is because the meme text itself is in kind of broken English.
Yeah.
People in the USA versus the people in the India or something like that.
Yeah.
And then, there's some really funny Indian TikToks that have now been deleted. But yeah.
Did you know what compares to Indian TikTok? African TikTok.
Yeah,
They're
dude. There's some
pretty
Nigerian ones there that are
They're funny. Yeah,
hilarious.
they're funny too. I think there's like one African one too.
That's what I was going to say. Dude, there's this channel on TikTok. I think it's from a Twitter. And it's Alpha Male Daily. And I would bet all my money that it's run by an Indian guy. And it's just the cringiest alpha male pieces of advice with typos in them. And it's like on Twitter for iPad. And he screenshots it and puts a guy walking slow motion in a suit to this music. And it's like, baby girl, you might think I'm nice, but deep down I am a monster inside. And it's like Alpha Male Daily. Look it up, man. Look up Alpha Male Daily. It's so funny.
Have you seen the one of like that really buff big Chinese guy? He's something. It's mental. Like he does these crazy things. Like he'll just be walking, and then like some girl will be there, like being like, it's just something insane, like being like meow meow meow, yelling at him, and then he'll just go like pick her up with one hand and like put her down, and then some like hot girl that's nice will turn around in a dress and be like, and then it'll just go slow motion like down down down, and be like, that's it. I'm like, what? I don't even understand what it means.
Wow. There's like, now that the like digital marketplace has opened up to developing nations, it just makes you realize how many incels are out there.
Dude, and not,
Wow.
Yeah. You've probably never seen Paki TikTok, but that shit is insane because it's so toxic. First of all, they're always beating up their girlfriends.
Oh my God.
And that's like,
whoa.
so this is a legitimate one that I saw. So some chick, right? There's this guy and girl, their boyfriend, girlfriend, it's implied.
Yeah.
And the girl keeps going outside the room to check something on her phone. So the guy gets suspicious, and then he goes outside and he slaps her, thinking that she's cheating. And then she shows him her phone, and she's just looking at his pictures. So the same boyfriend who was with her, she goes outside of the room to look at his pictures, and the TikTok ends with them hugging in a happy story.
Yeah, you just know it ends with sort of like, inshallah, black and white, happy. Like, this is a good, happy ending. It's like, you did just smack her, though.
Yeah, it's fucked. It's
Jesus
not appropriate at all.
Christ.
I like that. That's actually a positive message that they're trying to exude there, where
That's their version of being
he's
positive.
being a man, he's doing what it takes, but she's a good girl.
She's a good girl. He was so wrong about
They
her.
both, it's like they both learned their lesson.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That's mental.
How many children do you have?
84.
84.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
70 wife my.
17 wives.
Yes.
That's a lot of wives.
Hell yeah.
I have one wife, which is enough.
Only one?
He's fucking
Wow.
disabled too. So
A little Genghis Khan out there in the village.
if he was a handsome man, how many wives would he have?
Dude,
17 wives, man.
Right there is the answer to why Islam is growing so fast.
This guy's gonna get you canceled, Neel. Just saying.
Oh,
I'm gonna move on
Dude.
quickly.
there's not enough women to go around. What happens in the Islamic countries?
Sorry.
Shit.
One second.
All right, well,
What happens in the
when
Islamic?
if guys are having multiple wives, there's obviously a bunch of dudes that just miss out.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
right.
that's like
They join ISIS.
that's such a good question, because this is the other thing. You go to like Islamic countries, unless you go to an oil-rich one, which is just like filthy rich because of oil. Very, very few people have multiple wives, and that's because if you want to have multiple wives, you've got to be rich.
Yeah.
You can't be broke and have many wives. Like this guy is,
He must be loaded.
He must be like fucking
17,
great in the sack, because like
Yeah, I mean, that's to please 17 is,
That's mental.
if you're doing one a day, I mean, maybe you could do 2 a day.
Oh, yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
even then, it takes over a week. Wow.
Crazy.
but I have a feeling that he's not really satisfying him. I think he's just coming inside of him.
You know, my dad...
I don't know if they would know what satisfaction is.
Yeah.
You know...
I don't
Yeah,
know.
their clits are gone. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, that's a
geez.
joke. That's a joke.
You know what-
That's
you know-
a joke.
You know, my
I'm
dad,
sorry.
You know what my dad always said? He was just like, do you know why Arabic men can have so many wives? And I was like, why? He's like, the dates they eat make them very strong and hard.
That is one of the most Croatian things
What
I've
the
ever
date?
heard.
Because they eat dates.
The dates.
The date.
That's
You know,
such
dates?
an ethnic
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, because of dates. That's what...
It's like a Viagra.
Yeah. He basically told me dates are Viagra, yeah.
In countries where they don't have actual Viagra, they try to
These
source
dates.
Viagra in different things.
Yeah.
I remember like when I was in
That's not
Pakistan.
true? That's not true?
No, it's. But I've heard that. Like when I was in Pakistan, the staff and shit, they would come up with it. They'd say if you have crabs, or you will become a monster for the night.
Jesus.
It's always some shit. Like
So-
it's a,
Oh my God.
in Pakistan, dude. Every issue related to sexual problems, it's always like early in the morning. Have a little bit of honey with warm water.
Wow.
You will be set. You will
But
be set.
you know what's crazy? They're not that wrong. Like honey and
Yes,
warm
they're
water.
wrong.
Honey actually, look,
It's
man.
good for you, man.
If you have honey with aloe vera water,
Manuka honey, bro.
that does get the blood pumping.
And
Yeah,
then
I
to be
suppose.
safe, a few dates won't hurt.
Oh, that's true from the gas stations. Have you seen that, miss?
No.
Did you not have you been to one of those like petrol pumps where they're selling like aphrodisiac honey?
No.
It's got no labels. It's usually some Arab man behind the counter, and they, you know how they upsell you at Macca's, being like, "Oh, do you want to go for a lot?" This guy upsells you with like aphrodisiac honey. So you fill in your tank, and then you're like, "Oh," he's like, "You have a girlfriend, wife?" I was like, "Oh yeah, why?" He's like, You must try this. And it's like a little fucking packet filled with honey.
I'd buy that,
It's
bro.
just got shit written on it in Arabic, so you don't know what it says. And he'll tell you, you have one of those, you will thank me the next day.
Oh my god, I'd buy that shit.
Ooh.
I'd buy
Yeah.
that shit.
No, I'm curious now.
Yeah, I tried it. It does nothing.
Oh
I also did it.
shit.
Oh, that kid is gangster. Wow.
That is fucked up, man. That's that guy's trick. He just fucked his trick.
He beat the system. This kid, he knows what's up.
Oh my god.
I love how it's a big fat kid too.
Oh,
He
the
wants-
tables have turned.
he wants
Usually
his
it'll be
ice
someone
cream.
else bullying the fat kid, and he's
Yeah.
bullying the food maker.
I've always wanted to go to one of those things where you're just like, whoop, whoop, and they trick you. I've always wanted to do that.
What's that guy do? Is he just doing some sort of
They do
circus thing before you eat?
You haven't
Yeah,
seen
the
that
Turkish
shit?
ice cream thing. You've seen that? What they teach?
No.
They have this
that's
trick
like
Is
where
the
it-
whole
they,
thing.
Teppanyaki kind of thing where they just...
they fuck you. You're just like, you go to grab it and they go, phew.
So they'll do tricks where like you think you're about to grab it, but they'll do something and it won't be. Like they'll put an extra cone and you pull it. And you
Why?
just have it. It's their thing.
It's a fun
like
game.
their marketing strategy.
I want to do it.
So that kid stealing it off of him would make a lot more sense if you saw that.
Oh, well then, yeah, it actually makes sense.
Yeah.
He's not
Yeah.
fucking around.
He's
They
not so
usually.
I need to eat.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly.
Two more.
Where do you get these? These are...
They're all Turkish. Oh, where do I get I got all of them from like Insta Reels. Genuinely.
Insta Reels, yeah.
That's the shit, man.
It's there's some funny stuff.
What does it say? What does it say?
Terrible accident happens at
I can't read
A
that.
fun fair.
Fun Fair.
This is why I refuse to
Oh.
go to them.
I'm so scared.
Oh man. Uh-oh.
Oh god, I hope nothing bad happens.
You got us.
This one was for Miss because I knew he'd appreciate this
Yeah,
one.
That one was
That
good.
was good. That was good. That was so.
Yeah, they really set you up there.
Dude, I was expecting that just to go and fly off into the fucking sky, you know?
All right, last one.
Black Lives Matter.
Of course.
Listen, we have a black man right here.
I love
He's
him.
never
That's Trey. I know this name. I met him.
he's never kissed a white girl in his life. Will you be the first one right here on camera?
Can I kiss him?
on
Okay. Boom.
How's that feel, bro?
I don't fucking care.
Are y'all dating or no?
Yeah, we're dating. So yes, Black Lives Matter.
Oh. Oh. Yep. No, that's the way you sneak any kind of sexual favors from a white woman. You play the race card.
That's so
Black
funny.
Lives Matter. Dude, I
That
feel so
guy.
bad for that man.
Oh.
That guy's, I don't fucking care.
I don't fucking care. Hell yeah, Black Lives Matter.
Okay, how much to Black Lives Matter? What do you mean? Suck his dick.
Dude, you know what
I'm gonna piss. Sorry, I really gotta pee.
I used to, when I was 18, 19, if a girl rejected me at the club, I'd just be like, oh, it's all right. Next time, just say you're racist then.
Oh, wow.
It's so manipulative.
It's so fucked up. But you know what? This is like a fucking thing that ethnics have. I know I had it, which is that like if someone rejects you, you just, not just like in a fucking dating kind of sense, but like just for anything. There's something in the back of your mind that goes like, oh, that happened because of my race.
Yeah.
And that's a fucked up way to think
It's
about
such
it.
a bad way to think about it because there's probably a hell of a lot of other factors that contributed. But yeah.
Yeah, maybe
I had
you
that.
just weren't that smooth at picking up, bro.
Probably you weren't that smooth at picking up. But it's easier to say I'm a victim.
It is. It certainly is. And like, dude, the amount of, I don't know, like I actually saw this on one of your videos that came up on my feed where you guys did this joke where like 97% of Indian men or something.
Yeah, that one.
And then like immediately the girls are saying, or on Tinder, or like, and that was something that I suspected. I think most of online dating apps are now just Indian men.
Yeah, why do Indian men have to ruin everything?
Dude,
Why did they go?
Wait, what do you mean?
Here's the thing. I'll tell you why. First of all,
Send Bobs.
and Virginia. That's symptomatic of a culture that keeps women and men away.
Yeah.
Where they don't learn how to actually communicate with one another.
And they don't learn, and at least spell the words correctly
Bob's
if you're going to
everything.
interact with English-speaking girls.
Yeah, and I put up that fucking picture. My girlfriend put up that, my fiance put up that picture of us getting engaged, right? So many random phone calls, not random, like these are people that I knew way back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And they called me to congratulate and shit. And I was like,
Yeah, congratulations, by the way.
Thank you, I appreciate it. But then the fucking all of these incels, they keep saying like, dude, how did you get her? How is that possible? And I was like, what the fuck is that even? Like, what kind of a question is that? Like, I'm getting married to her. But it's always for them, like, their communication with the opposite sex is hard for them because they haven't grown up around a culture where it's easy to speak to someone.
It's hard enough for in our culture.
Yeah,
Fuck.
exactly. It's hard enough. It's becoming actually harder. Like,
Yeah.
here, it used to be easier. But now and they're just incels on internet, and the numbers are huge.
Oh, yeah. Oh, all those statistics are frightening.
Incels
The
is
amount
a
of-
brutal word too, isn't it? It's like
man.
if you think about
it's
what it means,
the
it's
go-to insult.
But I'm not saying-
it's the go-to insult.
it's so like it's like, oh, that's a fucked up thing to call
Yeah.
someone, you know? Like it's like, damn.
The crazy thing is now, because of all that, it actually is so much harder as a brown man on dating apps.
Because it's like your stereotype.
They've done actual statistics on this where you're least likely to get swiped if you're, I think, Asian or brown. Even from brown women.
Really?
Yeah, there's a whole thing. Asian women
Even
don't
from brown
like Asian men
Oh,
if they grew up here.
fuck.
And it's also, when you've had, centuries of arranged marriages, it's not embedded into the culture to learn how to speak and converse with the opposite sex and be charming and be
that game of
have a
game.
little bit of game in a positive way.
Yeah.
And that's the
That
culture
sucks.
needs to adapt.
Yeah, that
it needs to evolve.
Because then people will just assume things. They'll be like, well, when's you going to shave Bob's and machine or whatever?
Yeah.
But like that, you can turn that disadvantage that you're talking about, that which definitely exists, into an advantage if you can somehow show that you're not a creepy dude.
But then
So
it
then
doesn't
there-
become
there's
an
a higher-
advantage. It just becomes you're then back to square one.
Yeah, but Neel, if you think about it this way, like if you can demonstrate that you're not a creep and you're a regular person, that aspect which was your disadvantage, which is that you're someone like that they're not too sure, becomes a curiosity thing.
It can, but that's still, it's the fact that it, like if someone looks like a criminal and then you find out, oh, they're a poet. You're like, oh, that's interesting. You mean like that?
Yeah, I mean like that, but try to not look like a criminal from the get-go.
Yeah.
I just mean like there's...
What, so you're like subverting expectations of what people, preconceived ideas of what people thought.
Yeah, but then like it becomes mysterious. If it's not threatening and it's just different, then it's like mysterious and they'll become curious.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that becomes an advantage. I think it just puts you back at the level playing field rather than an advantage.
Yeah, I suppose.
Because I don't think you're then, if you're just demonstrating, hey, I have a basic level of social intelligence, then what? A girl might respond saying, wow, people that have traits similar to yours usually don't have that basic level of intelligence, therefore I'm now curious? Or would they just say, okay, cool, now you actually have to do what I would expect from anyone else, which is actually show something beyond just the not being a creep.
You can be more than just anyone else. So you've got a whole set of experiences. I'm talking about like these ethnic dudes that come here and are like on these dating apps and saying weird shit. They've got a set of experiences that most Australians have no idea about. So that makes them kind of interesting if they utilize it in the right manner.
Yeah, big if though. I mean, I don't think, how interesting would their experiences be? They've just lived in a different, they've lived in a different country. They've got a different view of the world potentially.
Yeah, but like some of the, like I remember when we started the pod, when I started the Friendlyjordies pod, one of the first things that I remember got really big amongst like our audience was this segment that I used to call Tales of Pakistan. And it was just, Miss, do you remember that?
Yeah.
And so
you
like,
still do it.
I've run out of stories, so I don't have any more, so I don't do it. People keep asking me, he's like, bring that back. And it was just these random stories that I experienced as a child, but because they're so fucking foreign to most Australians, they became really interesting.
Sure.
Like how we used to fuck with our teachers. Like, these guys did the same, but ours was just had like a third world edge to it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so that's you got a point of difference and you become... In the same way an Australian overseas always has an advantage. Because,
yeah.
Oh my God, I love your accent.
Yeah. Kangaroos.
In fact, even the accent aspect of it, Australian accent, Miss and I were talking about this, is like so sexual for the rest of the world. Like you go anywhere overseas, if you have an Australian accent, you get like a little heads, a bump.
Yeah, because it's a charming accent in the process of courtship, but then it's the worst accent for porn.
Oh, horrible.
Dude, once or twice I've watched Australian porn.
Same,
it's the most disgusting shit I've ever... fuck yeah.
Yeah, just like,
you're
fucking sexy.
Oh, yeah,
let me
fucking
see
root me, does
Let me see that dick. Yeah, let me see it.
Are you talking about girls
shit.
out west?
Well, that's just Aussie porn. That's what it's like. Just like, oh, yeah.
So
fuck
great.
yeah.
And the Bogan accent in particular. Dude. I'd go soft.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, but that's because you live here.
I'm so fucking
like,
wet.
that's because you're...
My friend actually had a girl say that once. I'm so fucking wet, eh? I'm like, bro, how'd you not go soft?
Dead set. It is.
Yeah.
I know. He's right, bro. It's a fucked up.
No, he's right, but he's right for an Australian who's like lived in this environment, has grown up, has heard that accent so often. But for someone that's a foreigner...
Dude, just the tone, though. Surely that transcends language and culture.
Why is like the Aussie accent rated as like the sexiest in all the lists?
I don't know. It's so weird. I don't know.
There's like French, Irish, Aussie.
I don't know, man, because it's not... It's just an easygoing accent. It's very affable.
Yeah.
It's, how you going? Hi, my name's Neel. Yeah, I'm from Australia. It's very... friendly and easygoing, but the one thing about Australian accent is as well is that people don't take you seriously if you try to speak intellectually, especially to British people. They just automatically assume you're an idiot.
You reckon?
Yeah. They're like, oh, well, that was not bad for the... Yeah, if you hang around posh British people...
Yeah.
But I suppose they probably do that with, like, the chav British people as well. But you just cannot be taken seriously with an Australian accent.
Yeah, and, like, dude, Australians are famous for being dumb in English. Like, all the shit that they watch of us, like Kath and Kim...
Neighbours.
It's all just dumb Australians doing dumb shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like redneck whites.
Yeah, they watch and they laugh like, look how fucking stupid these people
100%.
are.
Yeah.
Convicts.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's kind of endearing too, but I think it's all good
This is the thing that I don't get. Australians don't mind being laughed at by British people for being dumb.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Except everything in Australia... Look, Australians don't give a fuck about anything except sport.
Yeah.
And then, fucking Poms will fucking beat them. But everything else... you guys are dumb. I guess we are, eh? Have a beer. It's you know what? Australia has big dick energy as a country. Because every other country... Like, America's like, we're number one. We're the greatest. We're top dog. That's small dick energy.
Yeah, totally.
Whereas Australia's like, we're not bad, eh? That's big dick. That's big dick energy.
It is. You're right. It is. It's not. You're right. I got no complaints.
Like if a bunch of dudes were picking up a girl at a bar, and America's like, "Yo, I've got the biggest dick, number one dick in the world. What's up?
Yeah.
See that? Well, who's that? Iran? I'm gonna go beat them up for no reason." And then Russia would be like, "No, I have biggest dick. I don't. Whatever America said, the bullshit. I have bigger dick." Who's that? Ukraine? I beat them up.
Yeah.
And then Australia's like, and then the girl's like, what about you, Australia? Do you have a big dick? And then he just says something cryptic like, nah, yeah.
Nah, yeah.
Come down under and find out.
Yeah.
Big Australia is like
it's
the biggest cock geopolitically.
Yeah. Or he'd say something like, just sort of like, medium size, but when you see what it can do, mate, you won't fucking have to worry about it. You know?
It's dangerous, like everything else down under.
Average starts with the letter A, if you catch my drift. The A+. The A+ dick.
Don't get that drift at all.
No, I tell you, I was telling Ali though, it is a weird thing with like, because we're all, obviously that's what we know, but I was telling Ali, like, I was speaking to someone recently who was American, and you really notice it, like, he said something, and then I said something, and I literally was like, I sound like fucking Crocodile Dundee talking to you.
No, but like, they also sound weird. This is something that we were also talking about. Neel, have you noticed, like, if you listen to an American accent on TV, no reaction whatsoever. It seems normal. It seems like how we talk. But as soon as you see an American speaking in real time, like in real person,
it's different.
It's so weird.
It's very like, hi, it's very sort of like, hey, I'm from America. And it just sounds more like American than in the movies or something. Like in the movies, they're kind of like, yeah, I drive. And you're like,
wait, first of all, have you noticed that? Do you think?
Now that you say that, I think I have.
I'm telling you, dude.
Because Miss was saying, Miss is saying that they talk differently in movies compared to in real life. It's a more international accent that they do.
It is.
And I was saying that I don't think that's the case. I think we're just so used to
maybe it is that
listening to that accent on TV.
It's a cool, I feel like in movies and film, they're always trying to be cool. So they're toning it down a little bit.
Yes. I think so. Because
when I was 14, my dad... It's
yeah.
Whereas the actual American accent was, when I was 14.
Exactly.
They're always trying to, it sounds a lot more formal.
Yeah.
Like Australian accent, the whole thing is just laid back.
Yeah.
Talk as laid back and relaxed as you can.
Exactly.
Whereas the American accent is enunciate everything, make yourself heard.
Yes.
This is a big, it's all about freedom and being number one.
Yeah. Like literally he was just like,
be confident.
Yeah. He was just like, there's a great taco place I found in St. Peter's. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. And then I opened my mouth and I'm just like, oh yeah, nice. I'm like, Jesus. I might as well just been like, fish shake of the sauce bottle champion. I'm not that into tacos, but fuck, Old El Paso's pretty fucking good, eh? I might as well have said that.
Yeah, something happens. You exaggerate the Australian accent when you're talking to people who aren't
I wasn't
Australian.
even exaggerating it.
Yeah, but it just happens subconsciously when you go overseas.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, yeah, how you going?
But you just like...
Because you know people like it. Because everyone no one really hates Kiwis or whatever. Even them, no one hates Australia.
No. But it's just weird when you're in Australia.
Yeah, no one hates Australians.
Not really. Maybe China's getting to a point where even then they're
they love the lobsters and wine.
I don't know. They hate America. Everyone hates America. You know how Canadians always they make it very obvious. We're Canadian.
Yeah.
We've got the leaf. Whereas
we don't like guns, eh?
Australians, even though Australians are the most disgusting tourists.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, like imagine you're like a devout Muslim Balinese person that has to work in a hotel full of like the white trash of Australia.
Yeah, I'd blow up that place too.
Be like, oh yeah, fucking fingered some slut that I fucking, dude.
Slut in the fucking pool.
Yeah, oh fuck. Oh yeah, fucking ting tong. Get us a fucking bevo cunt. Get us an Asahi, mate.
Well, your noodles here are pretty fucking good, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you got a schnitty or what, cunt?
Yeah.
Well,
you got schnitty on the menu? I don't know what that is. Make us a fucking schnitty. I don't want this fucking noodle shit. Why do you crack an egg on it for? That's chat.
Well, they're trying to, they crack down on that. They're saying you can't have sex in Bali now unless you're married.
Well, I heard that.
No, there's a law that you can't. They introduced a new law that like sex outside of marriage is illegal.
I don't know how they're going to police that.
They can't.
You can't
particularly, I don't think it's going to apply to tourists anyways. Like, they're just going to put a blind eye towards tourists. But even with, like, local Indonesians, how are you going to
That's not going to be healthy, I'll tell you. It's not going to be healthy for the population.
Dude, I wasn't born then, but in the 80s in Pakistan, we had a dictator who was, like, really Muslim. And there was about a 10 to 11 year stretch where this dictator was in power and who was a devout Muslim, and he introduced this law that you can't like have sex outside of marriage. Well, close enough.
Right.
But the way they policed that was that if a couple was hanging out, like at the beach or something, the cops would go up to them and say, "Show us your marriage certificate." So you had to fucking carry that shit around.
Oh
with
my God, that's wild.
Damn.
Dude, really?
Yeah, the way it should be.
My parents.
Yeah, look, yeah.
I mean, in America, in like
this,
South America, as in deep South America, they'd probably do something like that.
Yeah,
they're getting to that point.
They'd be into it.
So, isn't that funny? The people who went to Afghanistan and killed all the Muslims basically live the same. They just have beer.
Yeah,
that's the.
I mean,
they marry cousins.
Yeah.
They're super religious. They don't like gays.
Yeah, I think it's
there's just a bit of beer.
Any sort of hyper religious society, right, is gonna have those tenets, right?
Yeah.
Like, what's the word? The I don't know. I forget what it is, but like whatever you call it, like super not orthodox. I don't know. Super religious, right? There are those similarities. It's kind of fun. It's kind of crazy, actually. It wigs me out. This is a very simpleton perspective, but it does wig me out sometimes how like the Arabs and the Jews, or the Muslims and the Jews or whatever, are constantly at war, when it's like Ali has sort of opened my eyes to how similar religiously they are.
All the Abrahamic religions are far more similar culturally and behaviorally than any secular society or any polytheistic religion.
It's bizarre.
A Jewish family, a Muslim family, and a Christian family would have so much more in common than a family that isn't religious. I think. So, and already in the West, that's sort of happening. There's this loose, maybe not in America so much, but there's this kind of loose cultural alliance that they've just kind of come together, and the common enemy of like the woke.
Yeah.
And they've banded together.
No,
Isn't that funny?
It's true.
That's how you like make Israel and Palestine get together. Yeah. Put a bunch of like they thems, and they'll be like, oh my God, we hate them so much.
Yeah.
Okay, we will make an alliance.
Yeah. Maybe that'll bring them together, you know?
Yeah, I always say this, like, if I was a rabbi, I would sue Islam for copyright violation. It is so similar. And in certain instances, they've literally taken the Jewish stories, like the story of Abraham and Isaac, right? The lamb and the sacrifice. They copied exactly that, but said, except that it happened in Saudi Arabia, and it wasn't with Isaac, it was with Ishmael.
Oh, dude, it was all, they all believe in the same God, first of all. And the fact that the amount of wars that they've fought when, I mean, it's all.
I suppose it's political.
Similar.
It's all
from
about
like
land.
The same branch. They're all, they're all from the same tree, if you will.
Yeah, but I suppose it's political. I think religion acts as a white, like as a veneer of like, that's my water, that's my land. I think you know what I mean? A lot of the time they're like, it's religious, and it's like, it's just land based, right?
Probably there's that. Then there's also just, I don't know, tribalism, because even the sects of Christianity have Irish Protestant thing that went on for centuries.
Well, most Muslims are killed by the hands of other Muslims. There's
Jeez, Bill O'Reilly. Welcome to the O'Reilly Factor.
But isn't that true?
I think you're just translating the black on black facts.
No, it is true. Sunnis and Shiites fucking kill the shit out of each other.
Yeah, yes, this is true. Objectively, it is true, miss.
I don't know. I'm just the facts, mate. I'm just looking at the facts.
These are the facts.
No, you're right. But the way,
shit.
Jeez. But the way you put it is kind of funny.
Oh, well. Okay, what I meant to say is, Allah shall bless them and lead them to the golden waters of Oasis, the band.
But yeah, Islam is actually the fastest growing global religion, by quite a considerable amount, because a lot of what were historically Christian countries, and arguably still are.
I can help you out there if you want. Yeah,
they are secularizing rapidly. I mean, they already were, but on census, on the various forms, people are now just no longer identifying as Christian.
Right.
But then at the same time, I suspect with a lot of Muslim countries that move into cosmopolitan services-based economies, they'll stay Muslim culturally, but they won't, it's not going to be like the Taliban.
Yeah, hopefully
it'll be like modern.
But Neel, actually, I've got a question on that, because I've read those just everywhere, particularly in the first world. Like, the people that don't identify themselves as like any of the mainstream religions is growing rapidly, to the point where, like, I think Britain is majority non-affiliate now.
Yeah, the last census, I think there's now a plurality of Christians. It used to be 70% or 60-something%, and this was only 10 years ago, and that's gone down to 49%. And Islam doubled, but it went from 3% to 6% or something like that. Hinduism increased a little bit.
Hinduism's cool, though. Let's be it's cool. I think it's cool.
I'm going to let Neel take over that one.
It's a hashtag throwback.
Do you reckon it's cool?
It's polytheistic, bro. I think it's not even... I think Hinduism is actually like an umbrella term because depending on where you are, there's just which of the deities you observe based on the temple. I don't know a lot about it, but it's not...
I think it's... And Buddhism's
really,
cool.
yeah.
I like these more sort of... I don't know. They seem more philosophical to me, those religions. They seem more like... They're like self-helpy.
Have you read the Quran? I don't know. There's a lot of like advice in there.
They're all the fucking same, except that what Neel is saying is right. Like Hinduism is such a decentralized religion that you're right. It is a philosophy in some sense.
It seems more, yeah.
But dude, there's philosophy in every religion,
of course.
And Hinduism is also like that guy who was just on that meme saying like we'll take 50 billion and give it. That's also a Hindu man.
Yeah, there's a lot. Every religion's good.
Yeah,
the question is like, do we have a religious impulse? I don't get into these arguments where like atheists are always trying to disprove God. It's like, yeah, you're always going to win that.
Yeah.
The question to me is, okay, does a society with religion outcompete a society without religion? And if so, how religious does that society need to be for the optimal amount of, happiness and standard of living? Or does an atheist society outcompete a religious society? And look, right now the world is at a point where we'll be able to tell you in 20, 30 years.
But like even with that, actually, that brings me back to the non-affiliate point. I think a lot of these people that say that they're non-affiliates aren't necessarily atheists. They're people that don't identify with any particular organized religion anymore. So if they were Christians, they don't want to say they're Christians.
That's even worse. It's like non-binary religion.
But they are.
Don't put me in a label, bro. One day I pray to Allah, one day I pray to Jesus.
Well, they don't pray to any of this. They
That's worse.
It's the people that say like, I believe in energy. I don't believe in religion or God per se.
I'm not religious. I'm spiritual.
Yeah.
That is me to a certain extent, I will say. But
so they're not atheists strictly. If you did a count,
not really, like spirit. There's a rationale for certain spiritual beliefs.
True, but I mean, is it any different from like a really sophisticated Reformed Jewish person who has a very different idea of God than his forefathers?
Yeah, that's the thing. When you actually talk to... Because I think atheists tend to project this very simplistic idea onto religious people that they all believe in an omniscient deity and they call it, it's the sky daddy or whatever. But there's a lot of Christians who will say, oh, God's a metaphor.
Yeah.
And then that won't be that dissimilar to a spiritual person who said, oh, God is energy. Or, well, I don't believe in God, but I believe in it, whatever the fuck.
Because there is a theory that like religion or like faith, sorry, not religion. Faith is not actually decreasing, it's increasing in the world.
Interesting.
That's interesting. And I also, it makes a lot of sense because now a lot of socio-political creeds, though they're not strictly religious texts, they're mimicking a religion in many ways. They have fervent followers who have an irrational attachment to it, and there's a sense of tribalism and unity, and there's a certain narrative that accompanies the, adoption of that creed. So faith maybe is increasing. That's interesting.
Because like even if you look at China, which is, let's be real, like 1/5 of the entire world population, they had like mandated atheism throughout their like the Maoist history. And as soon as like in the late 80s when they liberalized just a little bit, you had mass conversions. People like one of the biggest religions in China now is Christianity. And within the last 20 years,
one, right?
Yeah, Buddhism is still number one. But like within the last 20 years or 30 years, 300 million Chinese people converted to Christianity.
300 million.
300 million.
Holy shit.
Wow.
It's insane. Like there was this vacuum, and as soon as you let people come in, like it gets filled. In fact, to the point where like the Chinese government is really scared of Christians now.
Yeah.
That's why they're actively persecuting Christians who had converted recently. And they want this like weird self-help type Confucius religion that they're promoting now, because they realize that you can't make everyone atheist.
You just can't. I think humans have a religious impulse, and I mean, even the statistics do show that people who are religious to a moderate degree actually are happier, often healthier, have a sort of more positive view on life, in the sense that if you have that kind of cosmic outlook that there are forces at play that are greater than yourself, and you reframe it in a way that you're being tested or you're becoming closer to that moral ideal, you can actually interpret negative things that happen to you in a much more positive way. And as a placebo, that works in your favor to be able to deal with those kind of negative ordeals. And it's not too dissimilar to, even CBT or self-help, in that it's about the framing of a certain event or series of events or circumstances that happen to you. And religion just does that and just embeds that into stories and cultural institutions and behaviors. And there's a reason that all these religions have lasted thousands and thousands of years. It's because they are effective.
Yeah,
they work.
And there are those stories, like you said, there.
There's one on your neck. Show him.
Well, yeah, my granddad's little Allahu Akbar.
He wears a cross.
That's more
because
like,
he's very culturally Christian, Miss Love.
I like salami and shit like that. So and tomatoes.
Bro, what's correct? What is? Did those tomatoes. Eastern European countries secularize under the USSR? Most of communist countries seem to have abolished religion.
Well, historically, Jordan went on about it. If you go back to the whole Byzantine thing, Jordan always says, Eastern Europe should have been Greek Orthodox. But then through the Roman Empire, because they were occupied by the Romans, it's majority Roman Catholic to this day, except for Bosnia, which is Islam. And during the whole, Soviet curtain thing and World War II and then post-Soviet, like when the communists all moved in, all of those regimes were trying to sort of like stop religion, like just be like atheist.
Yeah.
But obviously, I don't know.
It didn't work though.
It didn't work because
even in Russia, which was the epicenter of the atheist movement and Soviet movement, they're really Christian now.
Yeah.
Even with Putin, like when Putin's on stage signing shit or doing some important ceremony, he'll always have like one of those Greek Orthodox priests with him, just to symbolize that, like, he's got the blessings of God with him. And all of these religions, they suppressed it, but it was there. And as soon as the communists fucked off, it came right back.
Yeah. Like my family, they're all over there, all like Catholic. So, but I guess that's
right.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, you can't, I don't know. I don't think you can have a fully atheist society, because if anything, then something else will fill the void that religion occupies.
Are your family religious?
No, they're very secular. They my paternal grandparents were Hindu, but then my dad is an ardent atheist.
Are they first gen like my? Did they come over? When did they come over, or their grandparents? Their parents?
On my mum's side, grandparents, and then my dad came here.
Yeah, cool. Just because both of mine they just came both.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's interesting. Yeah.
But they're not religious in any way, shape, or form.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What part of India were they from? Your paternal grandparents?
Mumbai and Pune.
So
they were Mumbai.
So they're Marathis.
Yeah.
So if they were religious,
correct,
they'd be into the elephant god. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Shit.
Like
Vishnu.
No, not Vishnu. Ganesh.
Oh fuck. I fucked up.
I think she was. Yeah, she had a few.
Because like people from that part of India, you know how like they all have their own deities, right?
Yeah.
Theirs is the elephant god, like Ganesh.
Yeah, and then that side was Brahmin, so they would have had a priestly and lineage.
Yeah, priestly ancestry too.
Yeah.
You're Brahmin. It's good. That
half.
Dude, you're broman.
a century ago, that would have meant a lot to you.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, you're broman.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, psh.
Oh, yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I'm a comedian too.
That's it, man.
No, it is fascinating, all that stuff to me. It's just interesting, you know, like how even, you know, society at large, families, how it affects them, you know. Like you said your parents are Muslim, but your dad is less active.
Dude, my dad was a commie, so he's an atheist.
Oh, true.
And his dad also was an atheist.
Wow,
and I don't know about the generation before him, but they were all like atheists because they were just Stalin lovers, really.
You kind of got to pick one, I guess.
Yeah. My mom's side are Muslims, but like really lukewarm, man. Like none of that crazy shit that like my friends growing up would come over to my house in Ramadan to like have lunch. And it wouldn't happen in other houses.
Right.
Oh, like you went.
And the reason why they're coming over to my house is because they're pretending to be fasting at their own house.
Interesting. Yeah, usually with even to this day, really religious countries, the upper class and, you know, elite class are hardly religious.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah. There's at least like a big section of like non-religious because they're the rock and roll parties. Like, dude, why do we have to focus on religion? Our life's good. Like, God already answered our prayers, so let's just fucking have some fun.
Religion is sort of the
downtrodden,
the, you know, spiritual medicine for those who do live laborious and harsh lives.
Probably right, yeah.
And, you know, when you're living a comfortable life, there's less need for it. But then again, that when you live a comfortable life, you create new problems. I guess the secularized West, particularly millennials and younger, are going through that issue now. I mean, how much depression and mental health and issues do we currently have? And you know, the right says, well, we've abandoned religion, and then the left says it's capitalism, and it's both.
Wait,
damn,
so do you
right
think
on.
Wait,
it's
so
both.
you think that's what's causing the current mental health crisis? Like
it's a confluence of so many factors, but I think that's part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, because like they used to always talk about Scandinavia and how because they de-religified or whatever pretty early, and it coincided with like higher suicide rates and mental health issues, and so the religious people, I'm going to tell you, who you might not have a lot of interaction with, use that as an example of what happens when you move away from religion. You become Sweden and you become really wealthy but unhappy. I
mean, I suspect there's a confluence of factors, and it's very complicated, and there's not just one answer like, oh, well, if there was religion, we wouldn't be depressed. But I think that's part of it.
Yeah, nihilism doesn't help, and being
and
complete selfishness. No, like zero altruism doesn't help someone be happy.
Yeah, when you have a purpose greater than yourself, but you also have that kind of cosmic outlook of there's a force greater than my whims and my nature.
Just gratuitous.
Humbles you.
Like,
it does. I think it does. I mean, dude, to this day, I remember when I was, I guess, ideologically curious in my early 20s, I went to I think it was a socialist convention or a communist convention.
Ali was probably running it.
Yeah, probably.
He's up there in a coat and like, we must take the cafeteria.
I think Australia is ripe for a revolution, ladies and gentlemen.
The prices in the UNSW cafeteria are much too high.
It was very wide. And then there was an exorbitant entrance fee, ironically enough. And
really?
Yeah.
Dude, that is ironic.
Like $80, $100 like the day.
That is mental.
And then there was, I also went to this girl I was friends with was quite Christian, Anglican, and their church was running a sort of workshop for people who, you know, were curious about faith or whatever. So I went to both of these. Now, they were a year or two apart. But you know what? You know that phrase where people say, people don't remember what you say, they don't remember what you did, but they'll remember how you made them feel?
Yeah.
I think there's a very similar link to ideologies and worldviews. people don't actually care what that ideology says. People don't even really care what it does. They will remember and judge it based on how it makes them feel. And I remember spending the day at this socialist convention. Everyone was angry. Everyone was there was this kind of pervasive feeling of cynicism and just anger towards the bourgeoisie or the wealth class. And it was palpable. It didn't feel friendly. It didn't feel, welcoming in any way, shape or form. Whereas I went to this Christian gathering and they were the most welcoming, humble, generous, kind people. They gave me free food. It was all free. And I didn't convert to either, but I remember that one left me with a much better taste in my mouth, if you will. Insert Catholic joke, but they were nice, they were welcoming, they were humble, and look, I'm sure the socialist types were far more far more well read and well versed and articulate, and they had robust debates. And they were smarter, but I think the Christians were a lot nicer. And then if I'm choosing a sort of, a holistic worldview and an identity to essentially adopt, I would have gone with that one.
But you know what? First of all, I definitely agree with you that the Christians are nicer. But even that thing that you're saying that the socialists were smarter, how old were you when you went there?
I was 21, I think.
You were opening up to the idea of intellectualism and learning about new things. They're all dogmatic idiots. They're all still going through Marxist sayings like a religion and trying to apply that to modern day things. And you realize that, yes, they've read a lot about this one particular genre.
Yeah.
But they're stuck in it like a religion.
They're articulate. I won't say that, okay, whether they're intelligent is besides the point, but they're articulate and very well spoken.
Particularly to an audience of a 21-year-old.
Sure.
If you go there now, you'll think they're less articulate.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
All right. How about we open up this discussion and let's get some calls in?
Sure.
Ladies and gentlemen,
let's go.
If you're all listening, call in, talk about anything that we've spoken about that you want to add. If you want to ask Neel some questions or us some questions.
Sensible callers only, please.
A sensible caller. There's no vetting. You can call us on the Friendlyjordies Podcast Instagram page, and we will take your calls.
Yeah, that is an evil-looking cartoon. What the fuck?
Slappy the puppet.
That is psychotic. Who the fuck drew that?
I don't know, but the guy who did it, we said, can we pay you to make shirts? Fuck? And he was like, absolutely not. And then we were like, can we use it then? He was like, yes. I'm like, you don't want any money? He's like, no. It was a weird. Yeah,
but also it's
creepy,
an image.
Dude.
It's an image that they've chosen. There's another artwork which is a lot less creepy, but both Miss Love and Jordan think that that's perfect.
I think it's pretty funny.
Which is weird because Jordan looks psycho.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. And that's why I can see why Jordan would love it.
It's mental. We had another one that was good. Damn. Yeah, there's a few.
Dude, there's 1,000 people watching and no one's calling.
Have you given him the right
Damn.
info?
Yeah, call us on...
give us them calls.
Yeah, call us on Friendlyjordies Podcast Instagram page.
What are you doing for Chrissy? Just family stuff?
Yeah, just hanging with the fam. What about you?
Same.
Do you celebrate Christmas?
I am this year because of my my girlfriend's family. But before
is she a lawyer as well?
No, she's a teacher.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she teaches at... I probably shouldn't say this.
Yeah, don't say.
Well, what subject does she teach?
Religion. No, I'm joking.
Woodwork. Taz.
What?
Ah, there you go.
Shit.
Yeah. It's called Taz, right? Technology and something.
I don't remember, but yeah, woodwork.
Damn, so she's going to do all the practical shit.
Dude, she's good
when
at
you move
it,
in.
and I'm horrible at it. It works out perfectly.
She's going to be out there in the shed building all day. Babe, I need to talk.
Yeah.
That's her thing.
Let me finish this.
Yeah.
Even now.
Ali's like, I brought you lemonade. She's like, I don't want that shit. Put some vodka in it at least.
See, that was like my mum. She wanted to be a carpenter, but it was the 70s.
Damn.
She said she did, but then I don't know if she actually did.
True.
Yeah.
Do your parents still work?
They're like semi-retired. You know, they're just standard boomers.
Yeah, respect.
They got enough money.
Yeah, respect.
They're doing fine.
Sick.
Yeah.
They're saying they're trying to call, but it's not working.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Ali, I'm trying to call answer. I am. It's not ringing.
Wait, what is... Oh, you're doing it through Twitch?
No, just through Instagram.
So is it live?
Did you go to the
Yeah,
messages?
it's live.
Hey, what's up?
Wait, look.
Get them to DM or
Yeah, maybe send message.
send a voice message or
Hold
something.
I've got a way to do this. Bandm0le is trying to call.
I can't believe it's the end of the year already, yeah. Sorry for
What
an
a-
unoriginal
what a-
comment, but it's just...
No, but this was like a hangover after the COVID
It's a weird...
years.
Yeah, it's a
I think that period, 2020 to 2022, was the COVID period.
fucking weird, man. Did you
And-
have it? Have you had it?
Yeah, I think I've had it more than once, man. I definitely had it. I had Omicron last year, like 2 weeks after I got the vaccine. Fucking bullshit.
Oh, yeah, we're on.
Oh, hello, we're on.
What's up?
Hey, I don't know why this isn't working. Give me 1 sec. Sorry.
It's not coming through the thing.
Yeah, what the hell?
How many jabs have you had?
Nah, I haven't had any boosters.
Yeah, neither. I've only had 2.
I regret even getting the vaccine at this point.
Damn,
Bro.
Finally, someone on my corner.
What was the point? I got it.
I mean, to be honest, it wrecked me. So it was probably, maybe it was good I got it. It did wreck me. I got the fucking anti-vax Byron strain with Jordan up in Byron.
Oh, did you get the one that there was like the RNA one, and then there was the fucking.
I got the mRNA.
The one that puts a little bit of it in you, so you actually get it for a day.
I don't know, man. I got the mRNA one, not the blood clot.
But dude, I've been sick, and a few of my friends as well. Been sick 5-6 times this year.
Yeah.
And one of them was COVID.
Hello.
You're just gonna put it on
Look,
the mic?
I'm just going to put it on the mic. Can you guys hear that?
Yep.
Hello, Bandm0le. How are you doing? Bandm0le is a regular listener of ours.
Hey.
Hey, what's up, Bandm0le?
I'm good. How are all of you?
Good.
Well, thank you.
Oh, not bad, eh?
Not bad, eh? That's a great accent.
Thank you.
Okay. So I have a question for all of you. Okay, and this includes Jimmy's, because it wouldn't work without him.
Well,
Well-
that might be a problem.
It's a little bit of an issue, but we'll try to communicate your message.
No. I just want the 3 of you to play Fuck, Marry, Kill with the 4 of you.
Oh my god.
What? So, like, we choose who we fucking kill amongst each other?
Jesus.
Yeah, that's why you need to add Jimmy's, because it won't work otherwise.
Oh. Okay.
All right, okay.
I could not marry. I mean, I love a guy, but I don't think I could marry Jimmy's. I can't.
Yeah.
He's going to have to die.
Yeah, I think I can't. I couldn't fuck him either.
Firebombed his place. We now have the culprit.
Oh,
Yeah, it was me.
Yeah, it was
I just
Neel.
wanted to replace him on this podcast, and so I firebombed his house.
Hey, the comedy game's harsh, bro.
Hey man, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah,
you know.
Gotta get those likes. Okay, so do
Oh,
we
wait.
fuck, marry, kill?
Do you want to go first, miss?
Shit. This is hard. I don't want to kill any of you. Can I kill myself?
I think you're going to eventually do that anyway, so go for it.
I'll kill myself. I'll be diplomatic. I'll take on for the team. So then, fuck, marry.
Diploslav.
Oh no, but there's 3 of you. Okay, fuck, marry. No, actually, no. Maybe I'll just kill Jordan, then I can live. Whatever. That one, me or Jordan. And then, marry and fuck?
Yeah.
I'll marry Ali and pucker up. Drop those pantaloons.
I reckon I'd do that too, bro. Like,
because Ali would
We're
be a
gonna-
good spouse. He's
Yeah.
he's a lawyer for fuck's sake. He'll bring the
That's what I'm thinking.
I can't marry a comedian. I don't know where you're gonna get your next check from.
hey, fair point, bro.
So
I can't.
and you know, all handsome gentlemen, but
I can't
you know.
marry someone who says they'd be doing pull-ups on a high-rise and start laughing.
I would. I think of a joke and I'd fall. So that's me. That'd be me. You're saying you'd return the favor.
So I'd do, yeah, the exact same.
So who would you marry? I guess is your last
Ali.
one. Oh yeah, so it's the
Yeah.
same thing. All right, so
Oh, I'll marry.
You can't bring an Indian home to his parents.
No.
I'll marry Miss Love actually, because Miss Love is actually, he's already a wife. He's a housewife. He was meant for that life.
It's true.
I think it'd be easy. Like the only thing would be you get home and you'd be like, you don't spend any time with us. We were supposed to go to brunch yesterday, and you said no. You know how much I like pesto. So it'll just be annoying, but like, all right, just, how about we go for a fancy night out? I'll take you to Sydney Tower revolving restaurant, and he'd be fine. Centrepoint, yeah, and he'd be fine with it.
Fresh.
I'll fuck Neel and I'll kill Jordan.
All of us decided to kill Jordan.
You know that, right? The cops are gonna like bust through the balcony any minute now.
Yeah, Jordan. Well, hasn't got long anyway, so yeah.
Yeah,
I love that on the suspects list of Bondi Police. There's Ali, Neel, and Miss Love.
just straight away turns up. Yeah. Automatically through the algorithm or whatever.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Bandm0le, actually, why don't you give us yours? Out of the four of us, who would you do what? Don't be shy.
Okay. Well, there's four of you. So
yeah.
Can I be a polygamist?
No, stop cheating.
You got to pick three.
But
Someone's got to miss out. That's life.
Yeah.
This isn't like one of the bands that you're a groupie of, Bandm0le, that you can choose all of them.
I fucked a wiggle once, okay?
Oh, wow.
No way.
Actually, what's
What
that
colour?
story like?
Yeah.
What color? Yeah.
Oh, was it Feathersword?
Or Dorothy?
No, it was the fill-in yellow wiggle.
Ooh, well.
Right on.
Nice.
And guess what else he filled in? I'm sorry.
Hey.
I'm kidding.
He even wiggled his fingers afterwards.
Oh, I bet he did.
Good on you.
Fast hands, fast fingers.
He didn't get that job, for no reason.
Toot, toot, chugga, chugga.
Big.
Toot, toot, chugga, chugga.
Nice.
Bandm0le, what are your fuck, marry, and kill?
Okay. I'm just thinking. I'm going to leave Jordan out because he's already been killed too much. So
Another suspect.
I don't want ASIO.
Do you know what's funny? He's probably watching.
Yeah, he probably is.
Yeah,
Sorry, you're going
Jordan,
mad.
you're safe with me. So who would I
Come on.
kill? Oh God, you're also killable. All right, Neel, you're dead.
Oh, like no reason, just.
Yeah. Oh, look, I don't know. Well, I agree that Miss Love is marryable because he
I don't know.
he likes deli meats and stuff, and I feel like he'd be really good at cleaning the house. And he's tall, so he can reach and dust stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's fair.
So you're marrying me.
And then I'll marry Miss Love. I'll kill Neel because I don't know you as well. I'm sorry.
That's fair.
And Ali, you get a wristy.
Yeah.
A wristy? All right, fine.
You're
I'll take what I
engaged,
get.
buddy.
Yeah.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Sorry, Neel. I appreciate it.
Oh, look, you got to kill
You're
someone.
welcome. I'm sorry, Neel.
Oh, that's all good.
I couldn't be the fourth person because then, I really don't need ASIO knocking on my door. I do know where their headquarters are, but I don't want them coming here.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Bandm0le, while you've called in, I want to take this opportunity and thank you for that parcel you sent us last pod.
Oh, that's okay.
Thanks for the chocolate.
She sent us chocolates and some socks.
Whoa.
We've got very nice listenership that give us gifts all the time.
Damn.
Yeah,
We forget
dude,
to
it's
pick up
sick.
from the post office.
Oh.
Yeah, socks.
I feel like the best gift that I've given this year was the meme that I gave Miss Love.
Oh my god! I'm gonna show Neel right now.
Oh, is that the one with the dog?
Yeah.
Asking for
So
the
this
vet?
is
That
just.
was
Because you're such a Labrador.
I am, but it might not make much sense. But my laugh is like, that's my laugh.
Yeah.
She made this. Check it out.
But the audience
Oh,
can't
you
see
passed
it,
me
miss.
it, babe.
How can I show it on the fucking? I can't.
Well, you can't.
It's a Labrador.
We'll have to
doing
edit
a pod,
it.
and it
Ask
just
Stig
says,
to edit it if you want.
and it's literally just like, "Oi, pass me it," and it just says vape, which I'm doing right now. It's just too spot on.
Well, thank you, Bandm0le, for calling in. We had a lovely conversation.
Yeah,
and
good to hear from you.
Cheers for listening.
No problem. Have a Merry Festivus for the rest of us.
Merry
Hell
Christmas
yeah.
to you too.
Likewise.
Speak to you soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Sick.
Hell yeah.
I think I just realized the reason I'm not getting calls is because on Instagram you have to follow the people that call you, and because this is Friendlyjordies pod, it follows no one.
Shit.
What do you usually? Don't you do this every week?
I used to actually get people to call me on my personal
Shit,
Instagram
really?
because at the time I was single and I was
Should
trying
we
to
do it?
slide into
Should
DMs
we,
and
should
shit.
we do it through a different
Wait.
account?
So you try to pick up the people who called in?
No. Well, I was trying to like vet like. Can we talk about this later?
Whoa!
Holy shit.
That's next level brown guy.
That's next level.
Feeling the stereotype, man. Should we go through a different account?
Yeah, maybe. Can you call me on my Instagram then? Maybe because I follow a lot more people. Call me through there, and hopefully it'll work. But look, either way, we're kind of running out of time anyways. We've kept Neel for so long, but so we might actually just give the number out. This and give Mrs. number out.
No.
We're not giving a number.
No.
But I promise for next time we'll figure this call system a little bit better.
Yeah, I love you all, but I don't want you calling me being like, I already get enough like messages from people just being like, bro, I got a big fucking story for you for Jordan. Check it out. Here's a photo of this lake that I walk around in in the regional town I live in. There's more seaweed there now, eh? You look at the photos. I'm like, hey, what am I doing with my life? It's just non-stories.
What, like a water corruption thing?
No,
all
dude.
sorts of shit.
There'll just be stories. I mean, good on you. Some of them are good, but a lot of them are sort of like, my uncle said that like the patties on Big Macs at the Maccas I go to are small now. Do you want the photos? I'm like, no, dude. No, it's not a story.
Patties on
I mean,
Big Mac.
I'm embellishing, but you know what I mean? Like, there's stuff that's sort of just like, this is a crack story. I'm like, this is a conspiracy theory with no evidence.
Imagine if that was actually who firebombed.
Maccas.
the person who like has secretly made the patty smaller to save.
That would never happen,
The crazy thing, with the economies of scale of McDonald's globally, if you made those patties a millimeter smaller in radius,
that's a real
you would
conspiracy.
save millions of kilos of meat a year.
Hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah. I'm doing the real journalism.
Wasn't that like a thing that one of the McDonald's CEO did? They were like, guys, we need to cut down. And then he just reduced one slice of cheese on the Big Mac and like saved the company hundreds of millions of dollars.
Probably would have. Do you want to do any more calls?
Surely when like a company gets that big,
I would, but I really think that the call thing is not working. So we might call it. We'll do it next episode.
Is that cool with you?
Yeah, dude, that's fine, man.
Thank you, everyone.
Oh shit! Is that it?
Yeah, we're like overtime.
Is Neel staying for the up late?
Nah, like it's up to him.
Oh,
but
yeah.
like, he doesn't
Sorry,
have
I'm like asking like.
I don't even know what's the
don't worry. We'll tell you. We'll tell you.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for joining us. We really appreciate you listening in.
I'm sorry, I'm not Jordan, but I hope I was an appropriate fill-in.
Dude, so good. This was amazing. We had a lot of fun.
Thank you.
This is mostly our pod is just this. We just sit and talk absolute crap. This isn't like fucking Lex Friedman or even Joe Rogan. It's just crap gag after gag. Like Miss
The
Love
best
saying,
kind.
I'll just think of something to laugh at and let go.
I would die up there.
And if Jordan was
that's
here,
funny.
he would like talk about that exact point for an hour, and that'll be the entire point.
Yeah, man, I want to keep going, but you'll have to come again, bro.
Oh man, for sure.
I had a lot of fun. It was cool. You had some cool insights.
When Jordan's back, like the four of us together would be awesome.
Dude, that
as well.
sounds sick.
Sick, man. Fuck
Thanks everyone for joining in, and can we thank Neel for coming?
And
thank you, Neel.
Ali's gonna be filling in for Jordan and our podcast actually.
Oh, shout out the Neel and Jordan
Neel and Jordan podcast while Jordan's on a break, on a sabbatical.
Yeah. What so they know when to tune in.
That's gonna come back in January, so it was already on a break.
Yeah.
But that'll come back sometime in January, probably early January at this stage. It might be mid-January, but soon.
Hell yeah.
Perfect. Check that out, and we'll see you guys next week. And for the patrons, we'll see you for the up late. Bye.
Peace.